This is the remarkable 7-mile bridge in the Florida Keys. It's the centerpiece of the overseas highway, the southernmost section of America's Route 1 that runs through the famous subtropical island chain for 127 miles. And because it is one of America's truly great highways, there really is only one way to see it, and that is by road, meaning you'll probably have to hire a car. That, however, is for the camera crew, because this bad boy, well, he's mine. On my journey on this all-American road, I head southwest from Key Largo, renowned for snorkeling at John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park and the surrounding waters of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. While there, it's worth keeping your eyes peeled, as you'll discover hidden gems like this giant mural by prolific marine artist Weiland. And this is well worth a visit, the restored original vessel from John Huston's classic film The African Queen, starring Humphrey Bogart.
You know, I've never really been on many movie sets, and this is like being on a movie set.
After leaving Key Largo, my first port of call on this adventure through the Keys is a fishing village community spread over 4 islands, ISLAMORADA, home to the world's largest anatomically correct lobster, which is well worth a photo or two.
We're sitting here in the middle of ISLAMORADA, the sport fishing capital of the world. We can look for tarpon, we can look for redfish, we can go catch a shark if you like.
Back on the highway, and I'm headed to the islands of Marathon, a 16-mile-long family-friendly region where you can fly like James Bond.
It's actually a lot easier than people think. It's simply moving up and down and the throttle. As long as you control that, you're safe. You're ready to go. Ready to fly?
This has to be a new addition to the bucket list. So we've just hit the start of something truly remarkable and a feat of engineering. It's the 7-mile bridge here in the Florida Keys, and with a car like this on a day like today, there is no better road to drive.
Now I've stopped off here at Bahia Honda State Park, which is a great location to take in a couple of the very best things that the Florida Keys has to offer. I'm talking great weather and picturesque sandy beaches. It's also a great place to spot both the new and the old. And by that I mean this, the new current highway, US number 1, all the way from Miami down to Key West. And this, the original railroad, almost 100 years old, and the very first highway. The railroad was the brainchild of Henry Flagler, an American tycoon who developed the Florida East Coast Railway. It linked the far outreaches of the Keys to the then modest town of Miami, and construction began in 1905.
For more than 7 years, men and machines relentlessly pushed forward on the railroad that went to sea. Henry Flagler's genius, but yet very challenging project. A project that at any given time, 4,000 men were working on under incredibly harsh conditions. Imagine the sun beating down and, of course, having to invent brand new techniques in railroad construction. Deep sea diving and building the bridges, all of which using the most simple and basic of tools.
His vision to link up the islands strengthened the local economy and unlocked the Keys for businesses, residents, and luckily for me, tourists. Back behind the wheel, and it's just a little further along this historic scenic byway to my final destination, Key West. Closer to Cuba than to Miami, this free-spirited community has attracted many people away from the fast-paced lifestyle of mainland America. Among them, former writers Tennessee Williams, and perhaps its most famous former resident, Ernest Hemingway.
He did a lot of his best writing here. People don't realize that they've had him down here fighting and drinking and carousing, but he did a lot of work in addition to that.
And so profound is Hemingway's legend here that a whole festival takes place every year in his honor.
It comes in the end of July when his birthday was, and it's a very festive occasion, and the town is full of people celebrating it.
Hemingway spent 10 years in Key West, and you can be sure that he indulged in all the pleasures this unpretentious city has to offer. And when you visit here today, you can still feel the great atmosphere that kept him here for so long.
So that is it. We're at journey's end.
After an incredible trip of more than 125 miles.
We're here at the southernmost point of continental United States of America, just 90 miles that way till you hit Cuba. And what a trip it's been through some of the most scenic highway I have ever been lucky enough to travel. Thank you, Henry Flagler, for creating the railroad that started the Keys' evolution into a prime vacation destination.